This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so I've seen this article, man. I'm gonna leave it in the description box, and like always, you in my channel, you can click it, read it, and come to your own surmise. But one of my subscribers sent this to me, man, and it was Kevin Berry giving his thoughts about Andrew Ruiz having more of a how can I put it? Having more pressure on him to win this fight. He believes all the pressure is on Andrew Ruiz. All right, now let me just go over what he said, and I'm gonna give my opinion about just this whole topic, man. But he says that the pressure's on Andy. He is the guy expected to win this fight. Okay, that's what Kevin Berry said. The pressure to become the first Mexican heavyweight champion. He believes that Ruiz is going to be tougher, hungrier than Carlos Takam. He believes he's going to bring more pressure. The fact that Ruiz has 4 more years of experience, 8 more fights. He's never been hurt, beaten, or put down. And he also believes there's pressure on him to win this fight because the addition of Abel Sanchez, who has trained 16 world champions, and he believes there's pressure on Andy to become his 17th world champion. Okay. Now, that's what Kevin Berry had to say. He also want to say a few other things. You guys can read all that in the article that was sent to me. I totally disagree with Kevin Berry. Now, is there pressure on Ruiz to win this fight? Well, of course. There's always, you know, a fighter wants to win the fight himself, especially if the world title shot, undefeated guy. You're coming in there to win. So, yeah, there is some pressure on him to win the fight. You know what I mean? You know, Parker is going to be fighting at home, man. He's the home fighter. He's the bigger fighter, the stronger fighter from the eye test. He's the betting favorite. I believe the odds that I've seen Parker at a minus 357. I've seen him at a minus 400. I mean, I've seen him anywhere from a 3-to-1 favorite to a 4-to-1 favorite. Parker. Not one betting site have I seen Andrew Ruiz a favorite to win this. Parker's the betting favorite, okay? Now, Berry did make some good points, but, you know, and Ruiz told me this himself when I interviewed him a few weeks ago, man. You guys check those interviews out. But he told me himself that this is his first real training camp. This is what he told me. Now, whether you want to, you know, believe it or not, that, you know, I guess that's fine. But he told me this is real. This is his first real training camp. His last fight for the fight he had with Franklin Lawrence, he said that that fight, he didn't even have sparring. He didn't even have sparring partners. It was all just bag, mitt work, and just shadow boxing. He had no sparring partners for that fight. He's told me that he's had some shitty camps, man. Some shitty camps. And he said that has added to him, you know, being out of shape, going into some of his fights, so on and so forth. This is according to Andy himself, okay? So this is his real, as he put, his real first training camp. You know what I mean? That he's going to be in shape and ready to go. So I disagree with Kevin Berry. I think, if anything, there's more pressure on Parker. But what I will say about Kevin Berry, and the good thing that he is doing, he's trying to take the pressure off of his fighter. And I respect that, because as a trainer, you're supposed to do that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be sitting here talking about how much a favorite your fighter is. JP right now shouldn't be worried about handing out tickets to family or any of that. His team should be taking care of that. You know what I mean? So I commend Kevin Berry for coming out and saying these things. I don't believe him, you know what I mean? But I do commend him for doing this, because this is what you're supposed to do with your fighter, man. You know what I mean? Even if he is a big favorite or a small favorite or a slight favorite, you want to take these type of pressures off of him. So I understand that he's trying to take some pressure off of JP, but I totally disagree with him. If anything, there's more pressure on Parker. And again, you know, shit, David Tools was trying to become the first heavyweight champion from New Zealand, and he couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? So now it's Parker's turn. So in that aspect, both of these guys have some pressure as far as, you know, being the first, you know, heavyweight champion from their countries or so on and so forth. So I disagree with Berry, man, but I understand what he's doing, trying to get the mind games going and, you know, trying to take pressure off his fighter. He's supposed to do this. You know, he's supposed to do this. And this is a way to get his fighter ready, too. This is a way to play mind games with his own fighter to some degree. You know what I mean? To let your fighter know that, hey, man, Ruiz is not to be taken lightly. You know, and Berry talked about when he trained Andy for a little bit and worked with him, rather, when he worked with him some years ago, that he thought that Ruiz was going to be a future world champion when he worked with him. Now, I don't remember him ever saying that, years ago, but it doesn't matter. He's here right now to win a championship. So Kevin Berry he knew what he was talking about to some degree, right? Because now Ruiz is in a title shot, or in a title match, rather, and he's undefeated. So Berry wasn't too far off with that. He wasn't too far off, man, when he thought about that years ago when he seen Andy. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. And again, he's probably lighting a fire under Parker himself to let him know that, hey, man, we cannot take this dude lightly. He's going to bring even more pressure than Carlos Takam. He's going to be more hungrier. Do I think he's hungrier than what Takam was? I'm not sure, because that was a competitive fight he had with Takam. Takam and Parker was a competitive fight, and Takam came in shape and he was ready to go. He looked hungry to me, but dynamics are different in this fight, because that was in order to get a title shot. Now you're actually in a fight to fight for the title. You know what I mean? So stakes are higher, and he's going to be in shape, going to be ready to go. Like I've said before, stylistically, this has Fight of the Year written over it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm a heavyweight guy, so. But just based on the styles, man. JP likes to come forward and let big shots go. I know he's been working on his jab and working on turning guys and trying to fight off the back foot a little bit and set things up with his jab and let combinations go. And we know Andy's going to want to come forward, man. He's going to try to make you miss coming forward, though. He's going to even make himself even shorter by putting his head down a little bit, working out of the high guard, bobbing and weaving, trying to slip punches and counter while he's slipping, kind of, catch and pitch or pitch and catch. And it's going to be an exciting fight, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about Kevin Berry's comments about there being more pressure on Andy Ruiz to win this fight than there is JP. I totally disagree, man. JP's fighting at home. You know what I'm saying? He's the betting favorite, so on and so forth. Physically, from the eye test, he looks like the bigger, stronger guy. But it's going to be a damn good fight, man. 3-1, being that it's at home, and I guess those odds are decent, But I've seen anywhere from 3-1 to 4-1 on this fight, man. So I definitely think there's more pressure on JP. But bright lights, man. Fighting under the bright lights, So in a few, less than 2 weeks here, we'll see what's what on fight night, man. But it's not even going to matter on fight night, because once that bell ring, the pressure's going to be on both guys. You know what I mean? They're going to feel the pressure once the first bell rings. But going into this fight, I definitely think there's more pressure on Joseph Parker. Just my opinion. Curious to hear yours. I'm out.